Welcome back to Hobbies and More, your go to channel for all things regarding gardening and traveling. I am Sudeshna, and today I have an exciting plant to discuss, the Syngonium plant, which is also commonly known as Arrowhead. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced gardener, the Syngonium is a delightful addition to any indoor garden. So let's dive right in. Before we get into the nitty-gritty detail, let's familiarize ourselves with the Syngonium plant. The Syngonium, also known as the Arrowhead plant or Goosefoot plant. It is a popular houseplant cherished for its attractive foliage. This is native to the tropical regions of Central and South America. This plant offers a beautiful mix of colors, shape and patterns. Now that you know a bit about Syngonium, let's talk about its care and maintenance. Syngoniums are relatively easy to care for, making them a very great choice for beginners. Like all other plants, light position, watering discipline and soil preparation are most important factors. If you all already watch my low maintenance houseplant series, you already know this basic care. But for new watchers, here are some key tips. Let's start with the first important factor, lighting. Before we delve into the specifies, let's understand the lighting requirement of Syngonium plants. Syngoniums are naturally found in the understory of tropical forest, where they receive filter sunlight. This means they prefer bright, indirect light rather than direct sun exposure. So what constitutes ideal lighting condition for your Syngonium? Here are some key points to keep in mind. Syngoniums thrive in bright indirect light. They prefer a spot near a window where they can receive filter sunlight. Avoid placing them in a direct sunlight as they may scorch their leaves. Remember, a little shade goes a long way in preserving the health and vibrancy of your plant. Syngonium are quite adaptable and can tolerate lower light conditions also, but they may not thrive as well. Now come to the next important factor, watering. Before we get into the watering, it is important to understand the watering needs of your Syngonium. Syngoniums are native to tropical regions, where they thrive in humid environment. Finding the right balance of moisture is key to keeping your Syngonium happy and healthy. So how often should you water your Syngonium? Let's consider a few factors. These plants prefer slightly moist soil, but are vulnerable to overwatering. Allow the top inch of soil to dry out between waterings and always check soil with your finger. If it is moist, then do not water them. Overwatering always kills houseplants. So it is better to check every time you water your plant and be sure to use well-draining potting soil. When it comes to soil preparation, it is important to create a well-draining environment that allows the roots to breathe and prevents waterlogging. Here are some tips is given in the screen for your soil preparation of any houseplants. Always choose a well-draining potting mix and avoid heavy garden soil or clay-based mixes as they retain too much moisture. Incorporate organic matters such as compost or peat moss into the potting mix. This helps to improve soil structure, drainage and nutrient retention. Well-drained soil mix means once you water your plant, water immediately go out from the bottom drainage hole and not make soil mix soggy. For Syngonium plants growth, one of the most important factor is humidity. Syngonium loves humidity, so it is beneficial to mist their leaves regularly. Alternatively, you can place a tray of water near the plant to increase humidity. Without humidity, it leaves prone to curl. Now, regarding fertilization, during the growing season, which typically runs from spring to summer, feed your Syngonium with a balanced water-soluble fertilizer once in a month. NPK 19-19-19 is good balanced diet for it. But make sure do not over-fertilize your Syngonium plants. Over-fertilizer will burn its foliage. One of the fascinating aspects of Syngonium is their ability to propagate easily. Let's explore two common propagation methods. Stem cutting, that is the most popular method. Take a stem cutting just below a node and place it in a jar of water. After a few weeks, root will start to form. Once the roots are about an inch long, you can transfer the cutting into a small pot with well-draining soil mix. And second method is division. As your syngonium grows, it will develop multiple stems or runners. Carefully separate these runners from the main plant. Ensure each division has root attached. Plant the divisions in a separate plot and they will continue to grow independently. Syngoniums come in various stunning varieties, each with its unique foliage band patterns. Some popular varieties include the Syngonium white butterfly, neon robusta, pink illusion. These plants can be incorporated into different interior styles. Get creative with your plant arrangement and let your Syngonium shine. And that brings me to the end of today's episode on the Syngonium plant. I hope you have gained valuable insights into caring to this beautiful houseplant. Remember, with proper lighting, watering, and a little bit of love, your Syngonium will thrive and become a stunning addition to your indoor garden. Thank you for joining me on Hobbies and More. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like that, share, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, happy gardening and safe travels.